wait, that was Robin Williams. Hmm. Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Wolf. How you guys doing this morning? I figured I'd come hang out with you this morning because I can't for a week, but today is a good day to do so. Oh, how you guys doing this morning? Anything planned for your weekend or what? We got a lot to talk about this morning. A lot. Lots of things, lots of stuff. Oh my goodness. Oh. Nothing going on, huh, Natalie? Well, first, I want to talk to you guys about a lightning storm that happened here. Oh, excuse me. I know what I need here. Oh. There we go. We had a lightning storm come through here 2 days ago. And I mean, like, every 10 seconds, another lightning strike. We lost power. The neighbor's tree exploded. It was crazy. And it must have went on for like 4 hours. You got a new cat? Oh boy. Oh boy. That's going to be fun. So anyway, we had this crazy lightning storm, and I just sat in it. And it was raining all around me, and I was just standing in it. Lightning was hitting, and I was just standing there. And you're not supposed to stand in lightning storms. But I just didn't feel like the lightning was going to hit me, and it didn't. I thought that was a real cool story to share. If you guys could have seen me smiling and laughing in the rain as the fucking lightning struck, I think you'd understand how fucking happy it made me. I don't know why, but I've always liked storms. I've always liked to chase storms. I tried to chase a tornado when I was younger, when I lived in Missouri. My girlfriend was mad. I tried to take her truck and go chase down a fucking tornado. But I was real reckless when I was young. I never had, like, they say if you get hit by lightning, your hair stands up on your body just before you get hit. My hair never stood up. Thank you, Greek. I'm not doing well, but I'm not doing terrible. I got to go spend a week in jail. Got to go turn myself in today. You had to go smell everybody else's farts and eat shitty food. No, I didn't get hit. No, I didn't get hit. That was the whole point. You haven't seen me in donkey's years? How old do donkeys live? Exactly how old are donkeys? What's their average lifespan? Only a day, not just a week, Greek. Just a week. The first time. Just a week. Yeah, I didn't think so, Eddie. Keep safe. I'm going to jail. I have this rule. My hands are bound. I bound my hands for loving violence. I don't care if no one's intimidated by me. I don't care if everyone thinks they can beat me up. But I used to like violence. I did. A lot. It was the answer to everything. Disrespect. Perceived disrespect. Violence was violence. I learned that in prison. And the thing is I got this rule. I don't do violence to people. Violence isn't the answer. Knowing I can do violence, I choose not to. However, when you lock me up, my hands are unbound. That's all. My rule doesn't apply when I'm locked up. You don't go to a war and preach peace. If you find yourself in a war, it's survival. So, I feel no qualms about the fact I got to go sit in jail for a week. It's like I'm getting a vacation from God. Here you go, you old fucking knucklehead. Here's a space where if you get into trouble and do violence, it's okay. Can I stream from jail? No. I'm not some fucking prisoner in a prison with access to cell phones, bro. I'm going to a county jail. Minimum security. No, I'm a maximum security prison, Kevin. No, bro. My designation is max. I'll be lucky. I worked my way up to a maximum security prisoner a long time ago. Can we visit you in prison? I'm going to jail for a week. Ain't nobody visiting me. I did 5 years in prison straight. I never got a visit. A week's paid vacation? No. The taxpayers have to pay for it. No taxpayer should have to pay fucking money to incarcerate me for a week on something that's not even a crime. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, I'm fully disabled. And although I didn't have the doctor's note at the time, I had all the medical documentation. And in court, the judge blatantly said she didn't know about the previous evidence, she hadn't read any of it, and then still found me guilty. The judge, on record, refused to read 98 pages of 10 years of medical documentation showing how fucking disabled I am and for how long, and then found me guilty and gave me a week in jail for contempt for not paying child support. So, my fault. I guess I should have paid it. I guess I should have figured it out. It's my fault. That's what the law says. It's my fault. Doesn't matter. Oh, it's unpaid child support. I just got put on bench probation for a year. And this will continue until I prove in a court of law that I'm fully disabled. Oregon state law says you cannot collect child support from somebody that's disabled. Feel however you guys want about it. Say whatever you want about me. That's where we're at. Nice hair. You don't like my hair? Who cares? What do you like? The fashion police? If you're on disability, Social Security has to pay child support. My kid should have never been taken from me in the first place. It's all part of the lawsuit that I'm filing. It's okay. I'm homeless and disabled. The mother and her new husband, and they've been married for years now, make about $11,000 a month. So the people that are trying to get me, well, they got me put in jail, they make $11,000 a month after taxes. So, you know, it is what it is. If you're on, what does this one say? You'll bring me a gift basket? Why? Couch surfing for 3 years. The only reason that I'm not living in a tent in some city, homeless as fuck, is because my parents let me stay out here on this property. That's it. And this is the first time they let me stay here. They kicked me off this property when I was 15. I've been homeless since I was a kid. So it's a weird dynamic. Oh no, God. No, what happened is I owe from a previous case clear back in 2007. And there's been 19 years of interest, 9% interest. And now that they put me on probation, the law in Oregon says you can't get off probation until you finish paying off all your fines. Well, that's over $100,000 from back in 2007. And the whole point of this fucking circus, the whole reason that my rights were violated completely, is so this county could continue to keep me on probation indefinitely and eventually send me to prison knowing that I have no money and no income. They only had to violate me so many times before it becomes 2 or 3 years in prison at a time. They put me back into the system with the intent to slowly put me back into prison, with the intent to just continue to make money off me because I'm not contributing to the United States through paying taxes. And since they made it to be homeless, it's illegal. No matter what I do, unless I suddenly became uber rich and could fight this with a real lawyer and do a bunch of lawsuits, is to ride the chain out and just become a fucking prisoner again. So, you know, so I know what's happening. I'm on the system again. I spent 20 years staying out of trouble. And now I'm back in it. And I don't see a way to get off of it. If I could work, I would. Even getting the back surgery doesn't heal me. I have degenerative disc disease. It's only going to get worse. So, positivity, happiness. I don't care. Hard to get hired with a face tattoo? No, it's not. Before I was broken, I was a welder. Nobody gives a fuck what you look like. They ask if you can weld a bead. What do you know? I can. I'd be saying, Mexico, here I come. No way, God. I'll go through whatever amount of whatever bullshit I have to because I'm not leaving my kids' lives. Running from this is running from my children. Taking off is leaving my children behind. I won't do that. Can't do it. I'll never abandon my children. I don't give a fuck what they put me through. See, I got all these generational curses in my head and on my soul, and all this violence and anger and all this other crazy shit and the abuse I went through as a kid. Everything that happened to me, it stops with me. And I may have the worst fucking life, but my kids will never have any of what I experienced. And so if I have to show them the right way to do things by experiencing bad experiences in my life or shit I don't want to do or I don't agree with, then I will. I don't know how else to put it. Because I ain't going to give up on my kids. And I'm in the right. If I was just a deadbeat, then I deserve every fucking thing I've got. So either way, either I'm delusional and lying to myself and I'm just a deadbeat dad, regardless of my fucking disabilities, or I'm completely right. Either scenario, my kids don't deserve chaos of me disappearing out of their life, of going on the run, of being a criminal. None of those fucking things are productive to kids growing up. What about my wife? I've never been married ever in my entire life. Look at me. Beauty is on the inside. On the outside, I just look like a fucking thug. Thank you, Point Fire. I don't really concern myself with it. I used to have a six-pack, looked younger, less wrinkles. I couldn't get married then. When I was in really good shape, statistically. I'm not going to get married now. What fucking woman will want a broken man with nothing? Not a healthy, well put together one. Well, thanks, sir. Jesus is my Lord and Savior. But Jesus said, fucking quit praying to him. Jesus said, never fucking pray to me. Jesus said, never fucking pray in a church. Jesus said, kick the fucking church doors open, tear down their fucking false altars, and pray in the wilderness where God really exists. Jesus didn't say, invoke my name like I am God and use it to fucking blasphemy. Jesus didn't say, pray in my name. That's the thing that the Church of Rome said to do. I'm just being honest with you. I'm not attacking you, nor what you said. I'm really glad and I accept your well wishes, but you don't know me, so they can't be any realer. It's the same as somebody being negative to me online. You don't know me, so your words are false. And it's not a negative, it's just what it is. You can't have true intent if you don't know the situation. You know how they say the road to hell is paved with good intentions? That's a good parable. It's a really good one. Your well wishes are shit unless you know what you're wishing upon. How to deal with persecution as Christians: prosecute yourself. Remind yourself you can't be a Christian, that Christ never made a religion, that any form of religion that mentions Christ's name was made by the church he preached against, that the Church of Rome is the only thing that used Jesus Christ's words and they use it to control. If you want to feel prosecuted as a Christian, the first person that should prosecute you is yourself for fucking doing the exact thing against what you say you believe in. If you go to a church to find God, you're a fucking liar. If you pray to Jesus to save you and to speak on your behalf to God, you are a fucking liar. If you put any divisions or any man-made ideas between you and the concept of God itself, you are a goddamn liar. Prosecute yourself for the lie you tell yourself. Everyone that says you're not Christian is fucking correct. I just explained it to you, XU. If you preach the word of Jesus, you preach the word of the Roman Catholic Church that he preached against. There's no middle ground. And I'm not even religious. I just study history. But Jesus never said make money. Jesus never fucking said go pray anywhere. Jesus never said build one altar. Jesus never said any of that. No, you're not. You're coming to me with false light that you're blind by. You're blinded by your faith in something that was given to you by man. Preaching is dangerous. Why would you say that? Because I speak truth and I don't recognize man-made authority. Because I have the right to speak truth and no man has the right to stop truth. That's why. And it's not my truth, it's yours. You've lied to yourself. You've put things between yourself and God. Anything man-made of God is not of God, it's of man. So, I'm coming with dishonesty? No, I'm not. If you're of the world, you're not of God. This is a creation of God. It is not God. It's a fucking sandbox for us to play in. It is not God. It's a perfectly balanced system that we don't even know how it works. Do you not care that preaching has a legal consequence? Excuse me, but do you know the 12 rules of religion that you must follow to be in the United States of America? All churches fall under the same 12 rules, or they can't be a tax-exempt church and you can't pray there. Everything that you think is true is based on the 12 rules of religion that all religions must follow in the United States. I don't give one fuck that you've been lied to. It's not a me problem. Oh yeah, demon. I'm bald because I'm going to jail today. You got to get ready, so you don't got to get ready. You know what you learn about in jail real early? Real early. You don't want long hair. You don't want baggy clothes. You don't want a goatee or mustache. You don't want none of that. Oh, I know I'll be fine in jail. I feel more comfortable. I've been out. Let's see. 2011, April 2011. It's 2026. So a little over 15 years. It's going to feel like home still. You don't want a drug addiction? Yeah. I have parole? No, it's just a week. I have probation. That's the other thing. I had to pay a monthly probation fee. I don't have any money. So it's another violation. I know how this goes. I understand what they're doing. I wish I could stop it. But even if, like, everybody donated, which you can't, you don't have any way to donate. Sorry. But even if everybody donated, it's a drop in the bucket for what needs to happen, because what they want is a monthly payment based on legal income that I don't have. I don't have a legal income either, but I don't have legal income. So this requires me to figure it out. So I'm just going to start trying to figure it out. I don't know. I'm just going to put in all my disabilities and all my felonies and enter all my applications to not be in violation of parole. I had to do 5 job searches a month. Okay, no problem. See how that works? Oh, I'm going to jail for selling fake art. But I haven't sold any art, bro. If I'd been selling art, I get to put down that I'm selling art. That'd be a job. Only for women, God. There's only free legal aid for women, not for men. That's it. Are you racist? No. Not even kind of. You only have to worry about fucking race politics in some states. The feds completely. Listen, when you get to the feds, if whatever color you are, you better stay with your own color. You don't have to be racist. You don't have to fucking say one racist thing. You don't have to get no racist tattoos. But don't fuck around. State's way different. If I drink or do drugs, I don't, boo boo. I don't care. I've been sober. I smoke weed. Let me be honest with you. If I don't smoke weed, I don't think I'm going to go into, have like an overdose or DTs or start freaking out, crying, doing the fucking truffle shuffle. I just don't see it. Yeah, I know, God. Oregon's really bad. It's a really bad state. It has some of the worst family laws in America. There are no legal ramifications for breaking the child support order. Custody time, parenting time, visiting time, contact time. There is no law that allows anyone to get anyone in trouble for it. Bro, I've called the senator's office. You know what they told me? The only way to fight it is to take it to court and say that my property was illegally searched and seized, which is my children, unfortunately. because children are considered property in America, fucking property legally. And since I never did anything for them to constitute taking give them full custody to the mom, guess what? That's the only way I can fight it. The other thing is the mom and the dad are both confidential informants for the county. So I forgot to mention that part where the county is using them to get other people in trouble, and that's why they're skating on every last fucking part of this. A fucking snitch for the cops gets to commit crime as long as they continue to give up people. She is one of those. Literally part of the motherfucking paperwork that I got was a thing naming her as a confidential informant. Can you believe it? I knew she was screwy, but that's next level. That's why I know I'm going to have problems with the cops when I go into county jail. Because her and her husband are working with the police and they're probably pretty good friends. So what do you bet I'm going to get a beating by one of the cops while I'm in there? Or get some new trumped up charges or something along those lines. In fact, you could say I'm almost fucking betting on the fact that somehow they're going to turn that week into multiple years in prison. I mean, it fits the pattern of everything else that's happened. Well, yeah, she said a bunch of stupid shit, Max. I can't see what she said, just that she reported a bunch of shit. But whatever she told the cops about me from 3 years ago, I'm pretty sure all their investigations died hard. Real hard. And you know why? I don't commit crime. I haven't been committing crime. I haven't been doing anything that could even constitute fucking jaywalking. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. No, Kevin. Why would I? I'm a fucking man, bro. I don't call the cops. I don't call the feds. I ain't a rat. So, if I get got, I got. So what? We all die. I'm not going to change who the fuck I am just because I'm worried they might get me. I lived for 5 fucking years in maximum security prisons and medium maximum security prisons with a knife on me, and I got blood on my hands and got fucked up a few times. You think I give a fuck? Listen, the way I look at it is they better be fucking prepared. Because I am. Oh. What did Ronald say? PDF trans? Is that what you are, Ronald? Yuck. You think you wouldn't announce who you are online? You know the feds are watching, right? You probably shouldn't talk about yourself in such a light, bro. But we do appreciate you outing yourself. You might be surprised. You might need to see a new ally soon enough. No worries. I'm not worried about it. Listen, do you guys know what kill switches are? You ever heard of a kill switch? Let's just fucking say, let chaos reign. What up, Tony? It's crazy. Man. Yeah, I ain't worried about it. Not worried about jail. That's going home. I don't think you guys understand. I've never felt free. I got institutionalized. And I made a pretty good run at it. But sometimes I miss the simple violence of prison. And if you feel disrespected, you can just handle it. Can't do that out here at all. You know? Not at all. All the people that talk all the shit and say all the little negative things, they can't even fight. Well, Ronald, here's the thing. I hope so. I'm going to try. I've been trying to make money. I just need a legal, continuous source to satisfy the courts. And I haven't got it yet. I will. The only thing I know is I'm not going to do it illegally. No matter what. No, it's not $70K. It's almost $30,000. California prisons are the toughest to survive. No, they're not. State California prison systems are fucking brutal. Everybody that survives it is a fucking soldier. I am not talking down on the California prison systems in the state. However, I've been in 2 federal fucking California prisons. And I've been in a prison in fucking Indiana, Terre Haute. And Terre Haute makes California federal prisons look fucking like a vacation spot. Indiana will have you wishing you never went down the foxhole. You know? Yeah, you gotta follow strict fucking regiment Ragnar. That's everywhere. No one cares you've been to prison. Oh, we're just making this conversation, Andron. That's all. I'm sorry if I bothered you with it. I didn't say I was a tough guy. I said I survived some pretty tough spots. There's a big difference between the two. In one, you want attention, validation. Look at me. You better fear me. But in my version of reality, I talk about it like the weather. Something that passed. You know? Wood? Well, yeah, because I'm not a gang member. If you're a good white dude and you're not a gang member, you're part of the wood pile. That's it. There's nothing else. Quit watching fucking prison shows. You think so, hey Beaches? Huh. Trying to help get overlooked? No one's trying to help me, hey Beaches. I'm not asking for any help. I'm making conversation. You can't donate to the page. You can't donate to me personally. You can't donate to my finances. You can't have the address to send me anything while I'm in jail. You need attention or what? Don't feel bad for me, Stacy. My life choices led me here. This is an unintended consequence. I knew I wasn't paying the child support, so I'm going to go to jail. Doesn't matter about the laws. You want to do a GoFundMe? Let me be honest with you. No. There's a bunch of people that tried to scam. I think someone did start a GoFundMe for me, and then they kept the money. I didn't know about it until they bragged about it and sent me emails, which I saved so they can go to jail eventually. You have kids and not supporting them? Huh. That's one way to say it. I wouldn't agree with your assessment, but you don't know me or the situation. The streets killed me? I'm going to tell on them? No. But eventually, because they tried to set me up as a scammer, the cops are going to show up here saying, hey, what's up with da 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 da? And I'll be like, oh, I don't know anything about it. Does it have anything to do with these emails I was sent? And then guess what? I don't get in trouble. Having an alibi isn't telling on anyone. If the cops show up here and try to make me the fucking problem, I have evidence that proves I wasn't. And other than that, I don't give a fuck. But that's why I'm keeping the emails. It's called fucking keeping yourself safe. Keep the fucking receipts. I have an entire closet of receipts. There's people out there to this day. I was sober when I got my face tattoo. Chemically induced schizophrenia, delusions, hypervigilance? No. I've never been diagnosed with a single mental disease ever. And I get tested fucking regularly because I think outside the box. And I'm a little eccentric. And because of that, you got to check in with reality. Listen, I'm going to get stoned all day today because I'm not smoking for a week. No. Hang on. Oh, look. We have a couple of predators in here. You guys think I got to take advantage of in prison, huh? What's weird is that you talk like that. Because when you talk like that, it makes me wonder if that's what you want. There's someone to bend you over. The idea that rape against men or women is funny to you, or you like to project it. Do you know what kind of piece of trash human being you are for saying such things? You do realize that, right? To use that language and to think in such ways that you enjoy rape? That you think it's okay to hurt men or women like that? That's who you are? I don't care that you project it on me, but that's who you are? How weird. The forced harsh coughs are killing you? Aww. No, we don't block people anymore on here, James. That's how I got a whole page of stalkers. They were so offended that they couldn't say their little negative things, they created memes and a whole page that never got any subscribers except their haters. And they only got people together off the people I blocked. So when I stopped blocking people, they stopped getting new subscribers. It was the greatest understanding. I was like, oh, wait a minute. Their entire page are only people I block. So if I don't block anybody, they're never going to get another subscriber. Their whole page is dedicated to people that don't like me. So if no one else hates me that's new, they don't have anybody new to talk to. And then I created my own enclosed, self-contained ecosystem of haters that stayed stationary and right now are duplicating my page and watching on their page talking shit. It's happening right now in real time. Their page isn't growing. It's just a self-contained ball that I control. And every one of them that's on that page right now is here. And all of you can see the negative comments when we've had no trolling. That's that page coming online, getting their members together, and then doing everything they can. Oh, it's so good. Oh. Are you guys going to miss me? I'm just saying. Who are you guys going to make fun of for a week while I'm in jail? You guys will just have to keep rehashing the old shit that I said. Oh, man. Is Phil in here? Did I miss him? He is. I'm doing good, Phil. Good to see you, bro. If I'm old news, why are you still here? Why am I still here, bud? How come you guys haven't managed to get one restriction or one strike against my page yet? I thought you guys were more hardcore than that. Anything else? Because you guys haven't even come. Listen, as many of you there are, which is only about 35, 36 subscribers. That's how many are on your page, right? 36 of you. You would think between 36 of you, you would be able to come up with new insults. You should probably have like a group chat where you figure it out. You think I'd grow some teeth? Can you regrow teeth? Are you an alien? No, not my subscribers, Jan. Not at all. I have almost 4,000 subscribers. I'm talking about specifically the hate page and those people that are in here right now. They know who they are. Yeah, I'm going to jail today, Phil, for a week. That's all you missed. No. How could I have fucked my entire life up, 909? I love my face tattoo. I already did that, Phil. Oh, you missed it. So when I went to court, they switched judges again. This is the third judge that I've had for the same case. They keep doing it. And this judge had never seen the 98 pages of medical documentation, even though it's on the case, and argued with me that I hadn't presented any medical evidence. And then when I argued with her, then she found it. Oh, it's so long ago, and put it into the file and put it into the evidence. But she didn't read any of it. She did read the thing where it says I'm disabled, that I haven't had a prior surgery for this, but told me that, I don't know. But she admitted in open court that not only had she not read the 98 pages of documentation that shows me going through PT, physical therapy, and jumping through all the hoops and trying pills and eventually getting approved for the surgery, all that is a documentation how fucked up I am. She literally in court said, well, I haven't read it. How can you judge this? I have the right to. How can you judge this if you haven't read all the evidence presented to you? I have the right to do that as a judge. Under what fucking law? And then she quoted a fucking statute of Oregon law, which I haven't even bothered to look up, that obviously allows the judge, without reviewing all the evidence in the case, to make a determination and put somebody in jail without actually reviewing the evidence. I have that recorded on file in a court of law that happened. So when something like that happens, you go, well, I'm just going to jail. What's there to argue with? Oh, I didn't have a lawyer. I defended myself, though. My lawyer was supposed to interview my original doctor that gave me the diagnosis of being disabled, my current doctor, and my current neurosurgeon. Those were her 3 jobs over 2 months. She didn't fucking do it once. She did not talk to a single one of those professionals. Then tried to offer me a deal, said the prosecuting attorney, if I pled guilty, would give me 2 days in jail and let me out. And then I went to my current surgeon and got current records to show how fucked up I was. She refused to file the paperwork, and I had to file the paperwork myself, or there would have been no medical evidence at all that I was disabled when I went to fucking court. So someday she's going to get sued and disbarred, except they all know I have no money and no way to legally fight this. So, oh well. So, I accept the consequences. I've been told to go to jail. Self-report. I'm reporting. And now starts the process. Just going to keep doing what I've been doing. Keep trying. Keep going. Professional victim. I've never been victimized in my life. That happened, and now something else is happening. Who cares? Bums like you are why young people like me trying to get a start in life are having to pay a third of our income in taxes. How do you figure? So it doesn't matter. If I'd had a real lawyer, I'd have got the case dismissed. You can say what you want, RN, but I have all the receipts. It doesn't matter. Because I don't work, I have a broken back reel. I have a broken back. Contempt of court for failure to pay child support. See, there's a fucking federal law. Constitution says a man cannot be put in jail solely for debt. In debtor's prison, there's a law against it. So what the state has done is I'm not going to jail for a fine. I'm going to jail for failure to pay a fine, which they think supersedes your right not to go to jail for just an unpaid fine. You know? Even though the haters are really, really right this time. About what? You guys don't know the situation. I don't need your sympathy or understanding. The truth of what's going on isn't based on any of your opinions. You know? Now I'm an addict? Interesting. It is, God. It is. Well, yeah. I'm making content, RN. Making content. Got people coming through. Eventually I'll get this remonetized. And maybe I'll start making enough to make those monthly child supports. Maybe. It's about as much hope as I have anything else right now. How I'm going to make content? I'm not going to prison. I'm going to county jail for a week. You guys really, it's like a game of telephones, but nobody told you the very first story. You just made something up and started telephoning. No. I did, Phil. She refused to read it and said she did not read it and would not be reading it in a court of law. And then they told me I had 10 days to appeal, but I had to turn myself in 3 days. So the last 7 days of appeal time that I needed, nope. So it's okay. Cool. Well, he didn't appeal it. I didn't appeal it because you only gave me 3 of the 10 days that I legally was supposed to have. It's okay. Yep, that's what I'm saying, James. At some point, this all gets reversed, and then I get paid. And then my kids have a good life. That's it. I had forced public defenders. All 4 trucked me off. Making things up. No, everything I have in documentation. I'm just saying. It's actually in a court of law, just nobody will look at it. It would take a decent lawyer like 72 hours to file a civil lawsuit. At the most. Oh, there's nothing to be done. other than to accept the consequences and move forward. That's what a responsible adult does. You believe that I have convinced myself that my delusions are true. What about your projections do you need me to believe? I'm just wondering, Jimmy. A big word? Don't get upset. You know I'm intelligent. It's better to make fun of my intelligence than to try to mislead people that I'm dumb. That won't work for you. You guys already tried that. Quit going back to the old playbook. You guys got to get original. Blame shifting. All of my statements were I statements. I fucked up. There's consequences. I'm going to go accept them. Anything outside of that is your projection. And my actions are what matters. And today I'm turning myself in. So nothing about your projections matter. You guys got to try better. That's all. I don't have the money, Phil. The cheapest lawyer in Oregon to start, the worst one, he was $7,500 to start and another minimum like $25,000. Your average court case in child support and family court for a man in Oregon is $40,000. So, I'm not a lawyer. I can look up laws, I can argue laws, but I'm not a lawyer. And regardless, if you're not a lawyer in a court of law, you can't defend yourself. I currently owe $28,000, almost $29,000. What? I did prove she cheated on me, Jan. We were never married. Doesn't matter. None of this started until she got remarried. Am I stressed out about this? No, Melo. Jail's easy. It's the real world that's confusing to me. Yep, I owe, it's off to work I go. It'll be fine. Just a week. Yeah, I've done all that, Phil. I've done all that. Where'd it go wrong, Nolan? When my child's mom became a confidential informant for the very county that's overlooking any and all things that she does wrong and is using the county to put me in jail, there's nothing I can do about it. And I have that in paperwork too. It clearly says she's become a confidential informant, and there's a super sealed indictment that she started with the county. I don't know why they gave me that paperwork, but I've got it. What's the charges? Oh, it's contempt to pay child support. It's a week. It's nothing. I'm not even complaining about it. We're just having a conversation. I'm not getting drunk with you, bro. Listen, if you and fucking Julian don't beat the living fuck out of Bubbles for those charges, you guys are not cool by association. And nobody in America likes the Trailer Park Boys anymore. Yep. 100%. It's alright. It'll get worked out in a court of law eventually. To do anything else would be to abandon my children. Period. I'm a deadbeat loser. Okay. Yeah, she got remarried. And then he hit my daughter. So then I threatened to kill him. And so they used that to get full custody of my kids. That's all recorded in the documentation as well. Then he hit my son. So that time I was going to get him. So they called the cops again and put further restrictions on me. Not because I was a danger to the kids, but because he kept abusing my kids. And he's still abusing my kids. And so is she. It's okay. Listen. All of this is because I had children with her. And regardless of how I feel about it, my only concern is the well-being of my children. I don't give a fuck what anybody says or what they do to me. As long as I stay active in my children's lives, they have a voice. The second they silence me, my kids have nobody to tell what's going on. And I don't give a fuck. And eventually my voice will be heard. My kids will be alright. But anything that's happening to them is happening to them in her custody. Any of the trauma going on, none of it can be blamed on me. Any of the tears and the crying and the hitting and the abuse, my kids are never going to say in a therapy session later when they're older, my dad's the reason I feel this way. I don't give a fuck about going to jail. As long as I'm here for my kids, they have somebody that's here for them. And that's what matters. Nothing else. No, the kids aren't ashamed of me, 909. If you ever seen me and my kids together, you'd understand. And I'm never going to give up on them. I'm working on it. B stands for Bender. Working on it. I'm doing what I can with my health. I did propose to her. She pawned the ring. She was cheating on me. Both times, I didn't even know if either kid was mine. Oh, no, they're not quick. No, they're not. My kids can't be brainwashed against me because I've only shown them love. That's the only thing that saved me all the way through this, and all the lies from my ex and all the bullshit. They can't get the kids to say I'm a monster because I've never been a monster to them ever. It's predetermined that if you only love your kids and you don't hurt them or make them hate or afraid, You're good to go. Do I eat up the negativity I'm getting from these people? I accept it. Here's the thing. It's not my job to tell you who I am. However you interpret me, it's your right to do so. But if I don't agree with your assessment of myself, I'm not obligated to correct you or argue or help you understand me better as a person. That's not in the rules. It's not in the rules. I'm a narcissist? I don't think so. It's not the end, Phil. It's just another step. If I was a narcissist, Bender, I'd take off and not face jail time and quit calling my kids and just disappear into the wild. That's what a narcissist would do. I just said it didn't matter. I've stated multiple times I don't care about doing a week in county jail. Why are you concerned about it? No, could you even do a week, Bender? I bet you couldn't. Could you even go sit down for a week, bro? Thank you, Clint. Thank you. What up, Tyrone? Welcome in, bro. Welcome in. We're just having us some morning talk. Herb, another person that likes to talk about nasty things. How weird. How weird. You guys want to see the Pooh Bear that I'm working on for my daughter for her birthday? You guys want to see some art while you're here? Show you a little art. Check this out. Look at that. Now wait, it gets better. Let me turn the light on. I use color shifting paint for all the dark shit. So when you got enough light on it, it's like that. Isn't that cool? Now watch this. Now turn the light off. A little bit darker. Ready? And boop. And just like that, the darkness is gone. Not too bad, right? And then boop. Now I'm going to do some darker stuff, but that's just one of the elements that I'm doing for my daughter. Is depending on how light it is outside, is how much of the tree you can see. And it's dark. It's fucking dark. Till it's not. Oh, you guys want to see some other art? Oh, you don't understand, Bender. It's color changing paint. I know you don't get it because you're not an artist. I understand. Oh, don't forget that one. Oh, my little trolls. Look, you guys have your own painting in my life. Oh, man. You guys are so special to me. You guys, your page. I made a whole painting about it. Just so I could always laugh about it. You guys are famous. You're always going to have a spot in my story. There was this one time I was doing online content and I collected a whole group of trolls and they followed me around like dogs. And so I made a painting about it and captured all their energy in a painting. I love the trolls, Nolan. Listen, here's the thing. Even if you hate me, we could be friends. No matter what, I can be friends with just about anybody. So to me, if someone hates me, that's a reflection of them, not me. My son did my face tat. I never thought about that. You think he could fucking... What if he becomes a tattoo artist? Or my daughter becomes a tattoo artist? No, I can't influence my kids like that. I want them to grow up to be whatever they want. But wouldn't that be cool? I'm old. They come and visit me in the retirement home and put a new tattoo on me. Just like every Friday they come and visit their old dad, throw some fresh ink on me. Oh, did I ever tell you guys the story of how I almost got a giraffe tattooed on my forehead? It was about 2 years ago. My daughter, she's like, Dad, I want you to get another face tattoo. And I was like, well, what should I get? And she was like, you should get a giraffe. And I was like, a giraffe? Right here on my forehead. She's like, yeah, Dad, it'd be so cool. So I had to think quick. And I was like, listen, I'll get it. I'll get it. But when you graduate from high school, I'll be standing in the front row screaming your name with the tattoo of a giraffe on my face. When you go to college and you're standing there with all your college friends graduating, if you go to college, I'll be standing there with a bright ass fucking giraffe right here on my face. And when you get married, I will fuck up. I didn't say fuck up, but I'll mess up every one of your wedding photos with a picture of your old dad, wrinkles and all, with a goddamn fucking giraffe tattooed on my face. Is that what you want? My little girl, she was only like 8 at the time. She thought about it for less than 5 seconds. She said, yeah, maybe you shouldn't get a giraffe tattooed on your face, Dad. And I was like, oh, okay. And that was the last I ever heard of it. It was a close one. Yeah. Well, boy, it was close. It would have been rough. It'd have been rough. Spend money on a tattoo? Listen, bro. I know you don't believe it, and that's okay. But 90% of my ink I earned. And I had to pay for the ink. I had to pay for the ink. But the time that was spent on my tattoos was a gift. Except one. Just this one sleeve. And I probably spent like $300 on it. $400. So, and I don't need your belief. But that's why I have so much ink. It's mine. And every story that every fucking piece of tattoo tells, you're not even qualified to know about. Yeah, that's exactly what it's about, True World. Creating an open space for people to speak. And if I want to get vulnerable, I'll get vulnerable. Helps me heal too. Healing is a continual process. Healing is something you have to work at. It's not, oh, I feel better, and then you go fuck up with some old pattern. It's constant. You know? So, at no point in time are we going to be like a therapy session. I don't have no degrees. I'm not a licensed professional. This is a philosophy channel. You know? And in the spirit of philosophy, we can debate anything. You know? The difference is you don't have to pay to talk. Some people use this space to let out their anger and their hate. That's what the trolls are. Because they can't express that side of them in real life. And it's part of who they are. And they pretend it's not who they are until they feel like there's no consequence online. You know? That's how it works. It's a very interesting concept. Oh. And everybody fails. At one point, I was mocking all the trolls. That was wrong of me. That was. And what I created out of it was exactly what you get when you mock people. Hate. So you could say that I created the hate that I get online. However, this is the thing you need to understand. I don't see good and evil, and I don't see hate and love. I just see energy. And there's an awful lot more negative energy in the world that you can direct than there is positive energy that you can direct. And if you want to be positive, you find you use a lot of negative energy to create positivity. You know? Exactly, the path of the mirror. Well, thank you, Phil. I think that probably there's at least a few people in this world that are going to change it now. And that's the point. Not for me to change anything. I'm past my prime. I'm fucking put out to pasture. I'll be lucky if I even find a woman to put up with me some point in life. But the ideas that I brought back from the things I went through, the next generation can use it to fix everything. Because if you're not planting trees, knowing that you will never sit in the shade of them, what the fuck are you even doing? And so I plant trees knowing the children of my children will have real fucking shade. It's too late for us. Gardening lately? Fuck yeah. I just ate my first cherry tomato off my cherry tomato plant. Man. Yeah. I got jalapenos and habaneros coming in. Oh, Benny. So when I first got the face tattoo, I originally got this teardrop, right? And when they brought it in, it was this big. That big. And we're just going to put it underneath my eye, right? And I said, fuck that. I want it this big. And I don't want it leaking from my eye. I want it leaking from my mind. Because my mind cries. But as long as I'm crying, I'm alive. And if I'm alive, there's hope. That's part of the meaning of this tattoo. So when they brought me the pattern and it was this big, I made them put it on my face this big. See how that works? When I make a statement, I commit to it. When I have something to say, I fucking stand on it. Is what it is. Originally, it was a molecule. Originally, I had a giant LSD molecule on my face. Super chat buttons aren't available anymore. When I do remonetize, it's only going to be off advertisements. That way, none of you, I'm sorry, but you can't contribute in that way. And so YouTube can't take your money. If somehow I get doxxed out or they do something and they, demonetize me again, your guys' donations will not be taken. And I think that's important. If I never seen you again, you had to pass a single piece of advice off me, what would it be? Wash your ass. I've given a lot of people life advice, and I don't know why I gave you that fucking life advice, but I think it was imperative to tell you personally, who I don't know, you should wash your ass. And I hope you improve your bathing habits. Kahuna, what up? Oh, oh. That's pretty good life advice. Cleanliness is good for you. Too many people don't take that seriously. There's a lot of funky human beings. What kind of camper? It's a Nash. Yeah, oral hygiene is important too. I hear you, Whitey. It's just that it's weird to me. Number one, that you would care how I look. Number two, you would care how I look. And number three, you care how I look in a gay way. You can spam the chat all you want. It just makes you look kind of gay, bro. And I don't care that you're gay. I'm just not interested. It's really weird. But it's okay. I digress. Did you guys see the president just paid out a lawsuit? Oh, greetings in Missouri. What part of Missouri? I lived in St. Charles for 2 years. 54 feet elevation, Missouri. 92% humidity, year fucking round, Missouri. Misery. When I was younger, I lived in St. Charles. We used to go down to East St. Louis. about like between 11 and 2 a.m. Used to be pretty reckless when I was younger. Oh, this guy. Let's see. There we go. So I can still see his comments, but you guys can't. Is it raining today there? Really? In Missouri it's raining right now? You think it'd be fucking hot? Like super hot. Right on, Jason. Welcome to the group. It's unorthodox as fuck. This is a philosophy channel. I do lives and I do art and I share my life, but mostly it's a philosophy channel. And if you go on my page, there's a playlist. And it's 79 videos long. All of them are 15 to 30 minute videos. If you decide to watch them in order. And it's my philosophy on free will and free thought. Check it out if you get a chance. Have I been to Bend, Oregon? It's been many years. I don't think I've been to Bend since like maybe 2015 or 16 maybe, since I've been out there. You do comedy videos and cooking? Fuck yeah, bro. Teaching people how to cook is, you can't make enough cooking videos. That's how I feel about it. Did I know John? I don't know who that is. What up, GT? How you doing? Yeah, cooking videos are great. I don't like Gordon Ramsay. He's a dick. If that's what it takes to work in high-end like cuisine and make really good money and be a chef, I'd never be a chef. Ever. I watched the Cajun guy. The crawfish dude with the long blonde fucking hair and his own seasoning. He's really robust. And he just makes fucking 300-gallon shit, the crawfish, and feeds people. And like, that guy's pretty good. And I watch Matty Madison. I fucking love his shows. Oh, Jared, you'd want me in your restaurant. I did pots and pans for 5 years in prison. You've never seen someone efficiently run a kitchen like me. And not the cooking. I can cook. But the cleaning. I'd make it great. Like, you have no idea. I do dishes as I clean. I clean everything around me before I even start cooking. I do so much prep and clean and extra clean that by the time it's done, you can't even smell that I fucking cooked in there. Anybody put me in a kitchen, I'm good. I can't stand there and do dishes no more. You know? I can't. I was definitely a professional dishwasher. You got to think. You feed 3 meals a day in prison. All the prisons I in were, I think, 1,200, 2,200, 3,600, something like that. So when you're working in the kitchen, right? 3 meals a day, everyone has to eat. So you're talking about 300 to 400 pans. It takes 4 people about 3 hours to process all of that. So you end up working about 9 hours a day to keep everything clean that they're going to cook again with the next day. You know? No, you have to have a job, Bender. It's required by law when you go to prison, state or federal, you have to have a job. Now, I don't know about California. I know in Oregon State where I did time, you had to have a job. And in the feds, you definitely have to have a fucking job. There's no not having a job in the feds. So, when I was in the feds, one of the worst jobs that people don't want is pots and pans. And that's where they stick you. And then you get up out of it. I liked it. I liked pots and pans. I did. Say whatever you want. I like doing dishes. Yep. Exactly right, John. 1000%. When you make bad life decisions and you commit crime, you can expect death or jail. Period. And once that happens, if you live through it and somehow get jail, you either learn from your mistakes or you repeat the process. I've been off parole and out of prison for 16 years. It's no longer true, but it was. No arguments with you, no glorifying it, nothing about prison was cool. Well, I was still kind of a knucklehead when I got out, Jason. Then I had a daughter almost 12 years ago. Then I had a son. And those two kids helped me reprioritize every fucking aspect of my life. That's it. It's the whole story, no magic. You know? That's it. And I'm still a felon. I still have to deal with the consequences of my old actions. Nothing's changed, but what I do changes. How I live life changes. If I don't commit crime and hurt people, I don't give a fuck. I changed everything I needed to change. So none of you can bitch that I'm in society. I'm not committing crimes, I'm not doing drugs, and I'm not hurting anyone. So fuck you and your opinion. Exactly right, Bender. That's why I've never hurt my kids. That's why I've not taught them any bad habits. That's why I don't teach them crime. That's why I teach them to be truthful and kind and nice and honest. You're right. You can hurt your kids by being a bad dad. Because if you have a daughter, she'll want to marry someone like you. And if you have a son, he'll want to grow up to be like you. So if you have kids and you're a man, you probably better take that fucking seriously. Is she black? No. If my baby's mom was black, I wouldn't be on child support. Let me just fucking say it. I had kids with a white woman, with a Karen. White women make up like probably 85% all the women on fucking child support payments in America. It's like white women are like this fucking version of women that doesn't exist. Like a Disney princess. How did I meet her? I was like 2 years out of prison selling weed. And somebody that she bought weed from was getting their weed from me. White women are human beings. How come I haven't met a white woman that's acted like an actual woman in a long time? I just want to understand that. Did you know only 15% of men in America are over 6 feet tall? So that means that 95% of women, any color at all, that want a man that are 6 feet tall or over, they're all competing for the same 15% in America. You figure that out. However, so when I met this woman, she was married, and I later found out was fooling around with a 15-year-old boy. And she pursued me. I did not pursue her. And after, I think it took her like 6 months, and her saying that her and her husband were split up and they weren't getting back together, that we got together. It was the dumbest thing I've ever done. It's my fault. Then you're winning, Connor. Just being 6'3", you win the dating game. Good job. Did you get a DNA test for paternity? Yeah. They're my kids. But here's the thing, right? And I have this documented too. I have AB negative blood, but then I have other rare genetic markers. The point is it's almost impossible for me to get any woman on this planet pregnant because of my rare blood type. And she couldn't get pregnant by me. And she was supposed to be on birth control. Instead, she got on hormones by her doctor to make her blood compatible with mine so she could conceive. And she didn't tell me. And she did that to me twice. And in between the first time and the second time, she cheated on me 3 times and left me twice. And then came back and took my seed again and grew me a second child. And then decided that she wanted another man to be the father of my children that abuses them. And we're in the current situation we are. It's my fault for having kids with who I had kids with. Everything beyond that is a result of that decision. So I'm not salty about it. So I'm not mad. I knew better. I knew better. Only married woman I ever slept with. And the result of that was both the worst things I've ever experienced and the greatest. Because don't forget, through all the chaos and all the bullshit and everything I'm currently going through, I had kids. And in having kids, regardless of the starting point, I found another part of my heart I didn't even know existed because no one showed it to me until my kids were born. So, I have always accepted all the consequences of my actions. And the reward, the result, the end result is for the rest of my life, regardless of what I go through, I get to be part of my kids' lives. You can't beat that. Can't beat that. How much is child support? So in the state of Oregon, if you're disabled, they're not allowed to come after you for child support. But let's skip that. If they can't verify income, they go off of 40 hours a week at minimum wage. That statue in Oregon would be $100 a month for both kids. However, they've got it down at $400 a month, and when I contested it in a court of law, even the prosecuting attorney's office redid the calculations, said these are all wrong. It's only supposed to be $100 a month. And the child's mother contested it. And somehow, even though there are laws that protect me, and there was no new evidence entered into the case showing that I made more money, they still awarded her $400 a month. It's $392 now instead of $400. They lowered it by $8 when Oregon state law required them to go by Oregon state law. There's a whole bunch of really wanky things going on with my case. A lot. And eventually, when a decent lawyer in front of an impartial judge outside of this county gets to review it, that's when the fun begins. Even if I don't make it for some stupid reason, it'll go to my parents, who will only give it to my kids and not the child's mother. So even if I lose, my kids are going to win because of this, no matter what. What's my disability? Be a banker? No, I got it. Listen, I have 2 pulverized discs in my lower spine. That caused the link in my spine. You know, you have links going up your spine and then you have discs that hold them in place. Those disintegrated, the link twisted. Multiple sclerosis up my spine. So my upper back locked in place. It crushed my sciatic nerve. I need a full lower spinal fusion. I don't know what else to say. You know? I don't know how else to explain that. And it's fine. I'm not complaining. It's just where I'm at. So, for me to be fully disabled and them to put me in jail now, and a judge even refused to look at all the evidence, there's no justice there. Just got to accept it. I hear you, Ed. I hear you, bro. Get a new back. I wish. It's all right. I needed a full lower spinal fusion in 2019. So it's been 6 years that I needed that surgery. It just keeps getting worse. Oh, they already took all that, single dad. And they allowed her to put a lien on my assets. So I have no license. I'm homeless. I have a broken back. It's fun. I'll get it figured out. I'm doing YouTube. Start making money off YouTube, hopefully. Get big enough, maybe sell some art. I'll get there. It's what I've been doing. It's what I've been doing. I'm going to keep on trying. I don't care. What am I going to do? Give up? Go curl into a ball and say, poor me? I got a place to live. Staying in my parents' house right now in an RV. That's it. Been here for 3 years now. It's the longest I've lived anywhere. Homeless shelters are overfilled in Oregon. I can't stand up long enough, Whitey. If I could stand for 8 hours, I'd be welding. I'd be making $30 or $40 an hour. That's all right, Wolf. It's that page that's... It's that page they created. They can't give it up. I don't mind. No. If I left the U.S., I'd be fucked. I'm on a terrorist watch list. I have federal bomb charges. Even if I got a passport, the other countries aren't letting me in. Yeah, I want full custody. I'll get it, Cheeky. I will. Or Chi-Chi, I will. Eventually, when all this is proven, and the biggest thing is that she's a confidential informant. Yeah, but she's made everything up. She was never involved in crime. And if she's gotten involved with criminal people while having full custody of my kid, so she can tell on people, it'll be really easy to prove to a judge that she put the kids in danger when there was no need for her to be a confidential informant because she's never been a criminal. See how that works? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, if I want to travel the world, I'd have to do it in a sailboat. Never a yacht. I don't think I'll ever be welcome on any yacht. But a sailboat? Like a 40-foot-2 schooner? Double sail? Whitey, I hope you understand that no one can see your comments but me. You're only spamming me, not the chat. I just thought I should let you know. You can continue. Oh, Malo, there are 16 independent reports to Child Protective Services, and one of them, he even bruised up my son. And the police went there and witnessed it. And she said it didn't happen. It was my child's fault because he was throwing a tantrum. But my child was snatched up off the ground by his arm by this 6'2" man, and it bruised him up pretty good when he did it. And I physically watched that man snatch my son up by his arms and scream in his fucking face and march him out of the room while I was on the phone with him. There's a good reason I've threatened that man. Or he did. But the thing is when you work with the fucking police, they let kids be fucking abused for the greater good of the community, apparently. I am, Phil. That's what I'm doing. It wasn't about that particular day in court. It's about the last day in court. And whatever I have to go through to get to that day in court, I will endure. Because that day in court, then I'll say something. Ugh. Then I'll run my mouth. How much do you need for them to... I'm $28,000. Listen, I could go in tomorrow and pay off the entire child support amount, okay? It wouldn't change anything. They would still want a job. They still want income. I could go in and pay off the entire 18 years of child support for both kids, and they'd still keep me on probation and still violate me and still send me to jail again. Do you understand? There's no fixing it. Until this is reviewed by an impartial judge outside of this county, there's nothing I can do about it. It's interesting. Now, the other side of it, I know you guys are going to hate this, but if they had just followed the law in regards to the $100 a month, I'd be about $7,800 in arrears for child support. You get it? And do you guys remember the stimulus checks? I'm sure you do. During COVID, all of you got between $85,000 and $12,000 off all those stimulus checks. All of mine were stolen. Got a letter from the IRS. It's under investigation still, but all of my money was taken. Now, there was already a lien on my assets, so every one of those checks should have immediately, all of them should have went to back child support. They should have never been issued to me. So the idea that they could be stolen in the first place, crazy. However, if and when those ever get resolved in a court of law, I'm only like $3,000 behind in actual child support payments if they don't accept that I'm fully disabled. Period. That's it. So the actual number that I'm behind is about $3,000. Circumstances have put me in a different position. And I have the receipts. I have all the documented proof. I had to go to the IRS twice and report fraud. That's crazy, but it's true. I haven't gotten disability yet. I've got a 10-year back case. I'll get there. My doctor's helping me get on disability this time. I didn't have all my medical documentation. Last year I got denied again. I didn't have all the paperwork, and it's not because I didn't have the paperwork. My lawyer didn't tell me, because I got a free lawyer to get on disability. He was like, "There's no fucking problem. We got you." And then suddenly I'm supposed to have all my medical documentation. He never told me. I had like 5 days to get it in. I called his office. "What the fuck is this?" "Oh, well, I said, "You're fired, bro. Are you really telling me that your only job is to get me through this process, and you get paid?" I think his cut was like 30% of the 10-year back check. And all he had to do was tell me to get my medical paperwork, and I would have. I have it now. And he didn't. So I fired him. And I got denied for disability again. What? A victim? No, that's Social Security, William. It's completely different. Disability and Social Security are different. I do not qualify for Social Security. I never will. Never will. I can't stand up, Clint. It just smashes my sciatic nerve. Like, I can get 45 minutes, an hour of standing. I got to go sit down. And I can't lift heavy weight. Well, thank you, Chi Chi. I sound like every deadbeat father out there. Okay. You know, the only people that this matters to are my kids. The receipts are all for my kids. And I text my kids good morning every morning, and talk to them as frequently as possible. Did your parents do that for you? My parents didn't do that for me. I thought it was a really good way to not pass that on to my kids by doing the opposite of what was done to me as a child. And instead of never being shown love, always show love. Instead of never talking, always talking. Instead of never being present, always being present. Well, that's okay, Chi Chi. Your opinion's your opinion. It's not my. I don't care. I don't care what you think of me. Well, cool, Connor. Appreciate you. I'd much rather be in my kids' life than all the things that have happened as well. Well, thanks, Whitey. You're not going to make me feel bad about it. If I'd fucked up, I'd feel bad about it. You wouldn't be able to beat me down. I'd beat me down. You can't make me think that I'm a bad father. I know what a bad father is, and I don't qualify. And I know you're trying to use finance as the reason I'm a bad father, but I think love is more important than whether or not you can even financially support yourself. I don't make any excuses for it, and I'm not asking for donations. So it sounds like you're salty about something. Narcissism? No. I fucked up and there's consequences, but I've never given up on my children. How is that narcissism? No, she hasn't, Chi Chi, at all. She's a child molester, and she's let a grown man abuse both of my children for multiple years, and she's done it to make money. To defend the woman is to defend the crime. To defend the crime is to defend the abuse. To defend the abuse makes you a Karen. But you can absolutely speak however you want. No, I've been sober for many, many, many years, Mark. As long as my kids have been alive. Actually, stopped doing hard drugs before my kids were ever born. Yeah, I don't care, Mark. Why would I care how you think about me or what your opinion is? Isn't that illegal or a little narcissistic to think your opinion matters about who I am as a person? You just came right in and got into chat and expected that you were important. That actually does sound like narcissism. I'm triggered? Where's the reaction point you need then? Where's the things you need so you can get that instant satisfaction out of what you're doing? I was just wondering. I was just checking in with reality with you. I'm here to entertain you. I can do entertainment. you not entertained? Oh. Are you not entertained? A little bit more? No? Not entertained yet? What you guys don't seem to understand is a long time ago, I decided to start doing the next right thing. And I had dug myself a pretty good hole. I had. And what you guys think of as I'm rock bottom and bottom of society, I climbed out of hell. And I'm walking on the ground again. And you guys can have your lofty towers and your ladders of self-righteousness and your towers of self-importance. I'm just happy to be back on the ground again. And I think you guys should understand that. I think you should understand the fucking pit I crawled out of to be standing here. Before you judge too harshly. Yeah, and I'm going to turn myself in. Why wouldn't I? You guys are mad about it, but the only thing your taxpayers had to pay for now in my life in the last 16 years is the 7 days I'm about to go spend. You should be mad at the laws that wasted your taxpayer money that put me in jail. I'm not mad about it. Thanks for the 7 free days of sleeping. I know, Koof. My decisions and my lack of income are the reason I'm going to jail, nothing else. Not laws being broken, not my rights being violated. It's just clearly my fault. So I'm turning myself in. End of story. Oh, man. This is just contempt of court. It's a week in jail. It's nothing. It's vacation. Yeah, Pumpkin. In about like 5 or 6 hours. Play with my nose? I can't. A criminal? Oh no. Yeah, no worries, Sean. Look, man, if I can be honest about my feelings, maybe it's time for other men to start being honest about theirs. Oh, just a week. The only thing I'm going to miss is this harmonica. That's it. And not texting my kids every morning. I didn't tell them the truth. I told them I was, because I used to go traveling during the summer, you know? I go to music festivals. I was homeless, so it gave me a place to live. And so when I was younger, I'd take off. If it wasn't my weekend, I'd go to an event. If it was my weekend, I'd be here at the parents' house with my kids every other weekend. Never failed. Never missed a weekend. And so they got used to me being out of cell phone range for a few days or something. So I told them I was going somewhere for a week and I couldn't tell them. And I'd be out of cell phone range and I'll text them in a week when I get home. You know? You're not supposed to traumatize kids with adult problems. It's not a kid's fault. A kid shouldn't have to worry about an adult. You know? That's what it's about, single. And I don't think so, but I'm probably maybe going to inherit when these people pass, although I suspect not. I suspect not. But if I did, there's a lien against my assets. It's her play on the family fortune. It isn't a trust already. It's already been discussed and done. The mother will never see a fucking dime of what my parents built. Ever. Guaranteed. And she did that to herself. At one point, she was so hell-bent on trying to destroy me, she used text messages with the old man to try to make me in character assassinate me. You know how mad and embarrassed he was? And then he had to come to court and sit on a stand and explain those messages so I didn't look like a fucking psycho. Because I wasn't being a psycho. He was. And he didn't tell her that part. And it ruined the case for her side of the fucking thing. But once she did that, her in with the parents, which she had this all sewn up. In her craziness, she severed the connection with the people. And when she did that, they woke up to who she really was. She's not even allowed on this property except to pick the kids up. She's not allowed to come out for her fucking car, and neither is her husband. Neither her nor her husband are allowed on this fucking property. And I don't own this property. That's not my say. She did that. With good Christian people that love everybody unconditionally. She did that. And that little fact, that kind of shows you the truth. Can't hide that fact. Oh, I'm not a trust kid. These people kicked me off into the streets when I was 15. Yep. And they weren't rich when I was growing up. The farm was worth like $70,000. And we farmed hard every year. I grew up fucking poor, working. But after they retired, and then the fucking land boom, and everybody going crazy on how much everything costs, suddenly their assets are in the millions. What the fuck am I supposed to say? So now suddenly, in the last 10 years, they went from middle class to, if they wanted to just sell everything and fucking move, they could live very well middle upper class. Very well. But they'd rather have their farm. And now it's in a trust. And where that trust wasn't worth anything, now it is. But there was never a trust anything. There was never a silver spoon fucking nothing. I lived in fucking dope houses selling dope when I was 15. I was in prison by the time I was 20. There wasn't no easy nothing. And it was hard fucking manual labor and fucking beatings and abuse growing up. That's why I treat my kids the way I do. So they don't have anything that I had. What do you even mean, Lisa? I know you're trying to be negative or project, but I'm a super positive, happy person. If I had anything to say about it, other than to talk about it like the weather, like I am, there's no poor me in any of my statements. There's no feel bad for me. There's no nothing. There's that's what happened, and who cares? Please quit projecting. It's pathetic. You know? But they can't put a lien on a trust. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Listen, you guys are acting like they're doing bad. Between the two of them, they make $11,000 a month. And then they adopted one of my sister's kids. I don't even know how that happened. And they get like $1,800 a month for having an adopted foster kid. Between child support, foster support, and their two jobs, they're making a fuckload of money every year. They live in a fucking $500,000 home. They both drive brand new cars. Fuck all your opinions. They can easily and have afforded $50,000 on a private lawyer to bury me in a fucking court of law. No problem. No problem. It's alright. I've had worse odds. I'm still standing. Never had a criminal charge pressed against me. Just this funky ass fucking family court shit that's not even real. It's pseudo court. And they have a lot of leeway. Oh, a lot of leeway. A lot. Whew. You can make accusations in a court of law, in family court, and if it's found to be false, you cannot be held for perjury or in contempt, and there is no possible consequence if caught lying in a family court. You fucking explain that to me. Someone make that make sense. My own family is suing me for money. No, I think that's why she had kids with me in the first place. She took one look at what my parents had and said, I'm taking that. I don't know, single. Be careful you have kids with. Exactly. That's why I accept the consequences. This is what I experience in my life. To have kids that I love so much. That's okay. Good trade. Good trade. Good trade. You have rich parents. I was adopted. I don't know who my parents were. You know? I get it, Lisa. You're good here. It's okay. You're still welcome here. I'm not mad at you at all. I can't tell you if you're projecting or not because I don't know you. If you're talking about me with familiarity, it has to be projection because you don't know me. Just based on that logic. Nothing else. But if you're saying something about me, but you feel that about you, then that's quite possibly projection. I know I'm safe in the trust. My parents are smart people. You know? Very business savvy. Very business savvy. I'm doing all right, Malo. This conversation has wandered all over the place. I turned it into an open forum. I've created a space for people to just come in and speak this morning. I want to talk. I need to get some shit off my chest. That's what I've been doing. Greetings to Liverpool, England. The people that adopted me is what I meant, Mike. Sorry for the confusion. You can't hear an enzyme. That's hilarious. Did you guys read his joke or her joke? I don't know if you're dude or a chick. You know the difference between an enzyme and a hormone. You can't hear you can't hear an enzyme. Oh man, that was great. That was great. I can use that one? Thank you. I was going to ask. Oh, it's too much. All right, guys. It's been 2.5 hours. I'm getting hoarse. I have a bunch of shit I have to get ready. Get everything taken care of. Finish up odds and ends. Make sure everything's put away. So, I will be back in a week. I hope. Barring unforeseen circumstances or some good old fighting. I hope you guys have a good day. Hope you have a good week. If you get a chance, check out my philosophy.